Good afternoon. It's time. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mill Day. We're a little late again on Tuesday. Quick story. I did a really dumbass thing the other day. Um, I was coming back from CVS. It's your host, Mike C, of course. That's our show. It's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. So I was coming back from CVS, and instead of taking the longer way around, I tried to take a shortcut, and I ended up on an embankment. And like a dumbass, I jumped down, and it was a lot further than I thought it was. Took a tumble, said some bad words, and bumped my head a little bit, which was very unfortunate. But worst of all, I cut my fingers up, as you can see. Here we go. Look at that. Oh God, both hands. There we go. There we go. So I got 6 band-aids on my fingers. So but I'm okay. But I was pretty ticked off. So I did a stupid thing, and I promised Carl I'd never do that again. The other thing, it's my sister's birthday on the 2nd. So happy birthday to her. She'll never see this, of course. But good enough. Send her a card, so she'll get that. We got a few things to talk about, Bucky. And most of all, well, in front of Bucky today, you got 2 of the many pictures we got from Pinterest. I got a Lions one, and I got a Badger one. And move this so you can see it. There we go. And we're going to talk about those 2 teams mostly. Hockey actually starts, I think, next week or in a few days. We'll see how the Hawks are. I'm not expecting a lot from them. Reds are going to lose 100 games. No big deal. They're trash. Let's start with the Badgers. Oh my God. The Badgers lost to Illinois and Brian Bielema. 34-10. They played like you know what. And I was thinking about what would happen or what might happen, and sure enough, Paul Cryst got fired. And he was a great coach, former Badger player, and from Wisconsin. And his time had come. It was just over. And I don't say discipline was lacking. I think enthusiasm. They got tired of hearing him, and he just lost the team. So they fired him. Now they owe him a ton of money. I think like 19 point some million dollars for salary. They'll have to eat that, of course. Now, the man they hired is Jim Leonard, who's been kind of waiting in the wings to replace him, and so he'll get his chance. Interim coach. If he does well, he might get the full-time coach, or they might go somewhere else after the year is over. But we'll see how he does. So it's very sad, very disappointing, the Badgers, and especially lose to Brad Bielema. But it was just a terrible. I watched the highlights and the replay again, and it just had no fire, no passion, nothing. So I think it was a time to make the move. Now, on the other hand, Lions, holy cow. I couldn't watch I didn't watch the game period, but I was trying to follow it. And the Lions, they lost 48-45 to the Seahawks, and their defense could not stop a fly. I mean, they were just terrible. Every time, just up and down the field. Critical third downs, they couldn't stop them. They're ranked 32nd in the league. There's only 32 teams, guys. So it was very disappointing. And some of these players just have to go. They're no good. They're not going to get any better. They're just trash. And even though at the very end, they tried an onside kick, they got loose. They had a shot at it, but in the end, they did not recover the kick. So the Seahawks, even then, they had a chance. It was 3rd down and 4 or something like that. And I think his name was Perry. Just ran right through him for 8 yards or 10 yards. And that was it. So, yeah, they're playing hard. They're fighting hard. There's not a column in the stats for that. for playing hard. That is win or loss or tie, obviously. So it's very disappointing. They're 1-3 now, and Vikings won in London, which is very disappointing. We watched that game, and Lions play the Patriots next. They go back to New England, and Brian Belichick, and of course Matt Patricia's there. So if they don't win this game, I think their season might be over. It might be over now anyway. I don't have a stat line. Lions are favored by 7 over the Seahawks. So that doesn't matter. But we'll see how that goes. If they win that, there's hope. If they lose that game, Patriots are not that great. So we'll see. But after that, they got to bye, and they need a bye week terribly. I mean, they got so many players injured. Swift is injured. The player who's not injured is Goff, and he's playing actually pretty well. 4 touchdowns, I believe, last week. So I picked him up on some of my fantasy teams. Fantasy teams did okay. I lost a couple undefeated games, but I did pretty well. And as long as you're like 2-2 or 3-1 or better, you're in fine shape. Like, one of my teams is 0-4, egg sucking dog, so I got to improve on that. But well, that'd be another story for next time. But the Lions are just so bringing new players. Just get rid of something, because these guys, they're not going to get better, and just dragging the team down, and it was terrible. So we'll see how they play against New England. I believe it is in New England, and that loss was at home. That can't help momentum, or get a good crowd, loud crowd, but that cannot help. So we'll see how they do. I forgot, Bucky, we had a card. Hang on a sec. We actually got mail. If I can reach it without tipping it over. Okay. Whoops. I just knocked a bunch of stuff over. That's okay. There we got some mail, Bucky. What did we get? Well, let's see. We got Jameson Williams, wide receiver, Lions' second first-round pick. Can show that. Here we go. Nice big chunky patch. Carl likes the card even. So that's good. I'm glad I got that. Still looking for the Aiden Hutchinson. Probably next week we might get one. We'll see. But there's a better shot of. Whoops, that's the glare. There we go. So we'll leave that in front. So I'm glad we got that card. So now I just have to get the Aiden Hutchinson autograph. But we'll get there. All right, Bucky, I think that's about it. Not much else. That's the Hawks. I think it might be this week or next week. Hawks starts, so that's good. And big game against the Patriots this week. Badgers, I don't know who they play. I forgot to check. Almost doesn't really matter. Well, I'll let you know next week, because I honestly don't know, Bucky. All right, so for Mike C, and of course, the star of the show, Bucky, say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And my fingers are still here, but they'll be better. They don't hurt nearly as much as they did yesterday. They burned and stung yesterday, so I bandaged them up, putting new skin on, and cleaned them off with peroxide and all that good stuff. So we'll be better. Yeah, still working on my walls, and when I get it done, I'll give a quick review of it and show everybody what I've done. It takes a long time. All right, Bucky. Take care, everybody. Stay warm, stay healthy, and we'll take care, and we'll catch you down the road. Bye now.